Alright, y'all, so got my boy Ray with me here.
Yo.
He's gonna be helping me trying to explain my points about how to basically what will help you improve your mental health. So I found these 5 signals of poor self-image in a book called 12 Universal Laws of Success that I feel like resonates with why people might have low self-esteem or why people may have bad mental health. And a lot of these signals kind of resonated with me and why I felt like I was depressed looking back and stuff like that. So the first signal is putting the blame on someone else. And the explanation in the book is by putting the blame for your own circumstances and situations on someone else, you avoid taking responsibility for what you have really done to yourself. If you do not take responsibility for your condition, you cannot change it, nor can you grow through it. How do you feel about that?
Wait, what do I might blank out real quick.
You want me to repeat it?
Yeah.
It says, by putting the blame for your own circumstances and situations on someone else, you avoid taking responsibility for what you have really done to yourself. If you do not take responsibility for your condition, you cannot change it, nor can you grow through it.
I agree with that to an extent.
Mm.
It also depends on the circumstances, of course.
Mm.
Like when it comes to something like depression, like not all of it is self-inflicted. Like you can't just say, oh well, you're not wanting to be better. You're just constantly laying on the couch because you're depressed. You're not doing nothing, so it's on you. But like sometimes it's not really. People want to get better, but you know their mind is just so impactful, and they're just so depressed that they can't really do anything to improve themselves. So it's a 50-50 thing to me. But also, like, there's a circumstance where you can change and you do have control over it, and you're not trying to. Then you it's all kind of on you.
Right, like certain things I would say, like living conditions are some things that are like uncontrollable. Because like, you know, if you live in a certain household and you know you're going through stuff with your family and stuff like that, that's certain things that you can't really control, if that makes sense, especially if you're younger. But I feel like some things like personal hobbies that you want to, like personal hobbies you want to do, or certain passions that you have and you feel like you can't do it because you're overthinking something or you're overanalyzing certain things, like that I feel like can put an effect on you. And especially sometimes too, we tend to, when it comes to those certain things, we tend to like blame our circumstances around that. And again, like certain things like Ray said are uncontrollable, but I feel like it's still worth trying to do certain things and working towards certain things that you want to do, because I feel like if you don't and you try to put blame on something or to blame on someone for you not being able to do this, that, and the third, it's only going to make you live in more regret. And I feel like that's how I felt in a certain way, because I feel like, especially when it came to this, like making videos and stuff, I feel like I put blame on certain things that wasn't necessary, because I could have just put my mindset or put myself in a frame of just doing things and just working towards the goals that I had or have still. So
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of intricate things you gotta look into it. Like people have things like imposter syndrome. Like I know both me and you have had things like imposter syndrome, where like you feel you're scared to do something because you feel you're not good enough, or you feel like you've gotten certain achievements by accident or not because of your own hard work. So that prohibits you from actually going out and trying to be better and applying for higher jobs or trying to improve your life because you feel like you're not good enough. When actually you are.
Right.
Like I've experienced, like even I like to work out, so whenever like people tell me, oh, you'd be a good trainer, or you should start posting more, or you should start like, you know, publicizing you working out and training people, I'd be like, I don't know about it, because I don't know if I'm that good of a person who works out. When I feel there's always someone better or such and such. But in reality, it's like, you're not going to be perfect, you're not going to be top of the top. It's very rare you're going to be that 1%. And that's a hard truth that people want to experience, but it's the truth. It's very rare you're going to be that 1%. There's always going to be someone better than you, someone bigger than you, stronger than you, smarter than you. So it doesn't really matter when you start or if you're going to start, just start. Stop trying to. Everyone wants to be perfect and wait for the perfect time, perfect moment to do something. That's never gonna come if you don't just start. If you say if you fail, at least you started. You're already ahead of the starting line. So it doesn't matter what happens. Stop overthinking it. Just start it and see what happens. Don't be scared of the unknown, of trying to find information of how I'm gonna start, or trying to go into that deep end. That's the fun part about doing shit. Like going into that deep end and learning more is how you find more about yourself, how you explore more about yourself, and just become a better person overall.
I agree. So the second one is running away from your problems. And the description is, when you are confronted with a problem or challenge, how do you respond? Generally, you can do one of 4 things: flee it, fight it, forget it, or face it. It is only when you face your problems and challenges and consider them projects to be completed that you grow stronger in faith and self-confidence. As your faith and confidence grows, your ability to handle greater problems and challenges improves. So me personally, I feel like this was one of my main problems, and still is to this day, that I'm trying to grow out of. Because the first thing that a lot of people would do if a conflict is like right there in front of their face, like is to, I guess, avoid it and put it in the back of their head, and they don't really want to deal with it just yet. And I feel like that can also affect the way how you feel and the way how you perceive things, because at the end of the day, you don't want to have all these problems like stacked together. It's kind of like how, sometimes we have like all this homework for classes or whatever for people who are in school, and we pile it up to the point where it's like it's too much to do. It's kind of the same thing where like you pile up all these problems to the point where it's like it's too much you feel like it's too much to deal with. And I feel like you should, even if it's a thing where you feel uncomfortable is good. Uncomfortable is gonna make you grow and make you be a better person in the long run, for just not for everyone else, but for yourself. So I feel like when a problem is in your way, to face it as soon as possible, so that you could be able to grow from that situation or whatever situation you're going through and learn from it as well.
My turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think when it comes to this topic, it's very true. Like with me, I like to not necessarily run, but I forget my problems. Like if I know there's an issue that I have to face, like I'll either put it off to do the next 30 minutes or next day, just because I don't want to like deal with it right at that moment. And I think this also has to do with how your look on things, like your outlook on what you have to do. Like some people say you have to do a whole bunch of, you have to go to class, and like you don't want to go to class, or you don't want to do homework. People will say, oh, I got to do this, or I got to do that. And when you say it, you got to, it puts a negative connotation on it, to where like you're already dreading it. Like you don't want to, it's agitating. But if you flip that got to say, I get to do this, or I get to learn, I get to improve my knowledge in that sort of sense. So you're saying you're putting a positive spin on it, to where like you feel good that you're about to do something. Like I get to go work out. Like that, you're excited to go do something. So it's all about, to me, it's all about your outlook on it and how you perceive things. Damn, I'm slow.
No, you're good. But, and then another thing too, I wanted to like highlight the things, generally you could do one of 4 things: flee it, fight it, forget it, or face it. I feel like fleeing it and fighting it is kind of like the same thing, because like you're like avoiding the problem in terms of fleeing it, or like fighting it could be like, to me, in my mind, when I hear fighting it is kind of like putting your situation into comparison of others, and like trying to be like, oh well, like I'm trying to think of an example, like an example I use, like the
homework situation.
No, not even homework. Like for me as a content creator, right? My camera broke.
Nigga got ADHD.
My camera broke, and then me fighting it would be like someone coming up to me be like, why you haven't been making content? And I'm like, oh, my camera broke. And then I would just be like, oh, you see how all these other content creators, they're using these big like camera gears and they're using this, that, and the third. I'm not
kind of finding excuses.
Right, finding excuses. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like you're making up excuses and excuses and excuses to like not face the problem, and then forgetting it, like how Ray said, like putting it on to the next day or putting it off to the next day, I should say, and all that. Anything else you wanted to say or no?
Nah.
No. Okay, the third one is criticizing other people constantly, and Ray put this one in like
minding your damn business.
Let me read the description for this one too. Why do you criticize other people constantly? Is your criticism constructive and motivated by true care, concern, and desire to help? Or is it based on envy, jealousy, and thoughts of I can't fucking read.
It's alright, bro. Take your time. One finger at a time, bro. One finger at a time. Just go like this. I got you.
I dropped out. Listen, y'all don't see the thing there.
Inferiority.
There you go. If your criticism is not positive, based on love, respect, and a sincere desire to help and improve another person, then it is not constructive criticism, and it does not and it does harm not only to the other person but also to your own self-image. Ray said it the best way, honestly, to mind
your business.
Right.
Oh my God. With social media, bro, everyone thinks their opinion matters. No one cares what you post on your story. No one cares what you have to say about the shade room. No one cares that you're sending some girl's story to your friends and you're talking shit about it, bro. Just leave it alone. Don't care, bro. Because social media makes everyone feel like their opinion matters when it comes to because they get retweets or likes from it. They feel like what they're saying holds value. Mm-hmm. Nothing you say means anything, bro.
To anybody.
It's not your life. It does not impact your life. Mm-hmm. You're not a celebrity. Even if you are a celebrity, I mean, I can't speak on it. He's probably closer to speaking on it than I am. But even still, even if you are a celebrity, it does not matter, bro. My motto is, if it's not affecting my money, me, or my family, I really do not care what you have to say. Just mind your business. It makes your life so much easier when you're not worried about what someone else is doing, when you're not reposting some bullshit every day. Why are a grown man reposting shit about the shade room? You are a grown ass man. Do better for yourself. Why are you reposting shit from Justin LA Boy and niggas be broke?
Yo, that guy, bro, Justin LA Boy is
every day talking about these bitches ain't shit or something like that. Just mind your business, bro. Just focus on everyone. Be like, oh, I'm just focused on the money. I'm focused on myself. Blah blah. No, you're not. Because every day you're talking about something. Oh, you got people counting on your downfall. You got haters on you. No one knows who you are, bro. And even if people are supposedly counting on your downfall, hating on you, who cares, bro? Who really cares? In 10 years from now, it's not gonna matter. In 15 years from now, it's not gonna matter. When you're an adult, it's not gonna matter. Mm-hmm. Nothing on this device right here, nothing on these apps matter unless niggas got your IP address and they about to nuke your fucking crib. That's all. Nothing matters. What you got to do and keep it like that. Simple. It really would not hurt you. Just mind your business and focus on yourself. Honestly.
And it's so easy to get like this book was made in like 2007 and it plays perfectly for today because of social media. I feel like mad people get caught up in this whole social media world and feel like they have to like compare themselves to other people or compare like people's lifestyles to their own lifestyles or trying to like the most popular one freaking following couples like celebrity couples and like looking up to these like listen, the more you do that is the more you're not even worrying about what you got going on in your own life, in your own lifestyle, in your own circle. Like, honestly, you said enough, bro, because you said it perfectly. Like, social media is really, and I'm not saying like, oh, like delete social media or whatever, because it could be an enjoyment for some people, it's a career for some people.
Yeah.
But getting caught up in that shit too much and trying to criticize other people based on the way you live or trying to compare your lifestyle to the way how other people live is corny. It honestly is. Like, I used to freaking follow the shade room and shit, and then it got to a point where it was like, bro, these posts and these comments are crazy. Like, people are just judging and minding
middle-aged adults.
Right, middle-aged adults, bro. Minding
you have
other
3 kids. Why are you arguing in the shade room?
In shade room comments. And I had to unfollow the shade room. No disrespect to the shade room, but like, it's too much. It's not necessary for your life to be constantly like comparing yourself and contrasting yourself to other people. Like, so.
And don't get me wrong, it might not just be social media. Like, say if you're in a workplace or even if you're in school, you got niggas talking shit about you, whatever. Bro, no one can exist in your world unless you let them. That's what I realized. None of this shit matters. None of this shit is real sometimes. If you don't want to see someone, you literally do not have to. Sit up. I'll just give it an exception. Say if you're like maybe in high school, whatever, and like you see the same niggas every day. Okay. But even when I was in high school, if there was some niggas I didn't care about and I didn't want them to exist, they would not exist in my daily world. I would not pay attention to them. I would not care about them. So whatever they said, whatever they have to say about me will not matter to me. So even if someone's in person with you talking shit about you or hating on you, yes, it may be annoying, but you gotta have that conflict resolution about yourself to realize this person either got something going on within themselves where they're hating on me, or they just fucking lame. So who cares? Just move on. Like, don't let it impact your mental health, because again, they don't have to exist if you don't want them to. You could block anyone on your phone. You could block anyone in your mind. It really isn't not that hard.
And it goes vice versa too. Like, 9 times out of 10, if you trying to talk shit about someone else too, is either gonna the other people either is not gonna care, it's not gonna matter. That's the most important part. It's not gonna matter in the long run, or it's just adding more fuel to the fire that again is unnecessary for your life.
Yeah, use a lot of lame. Why are you hating on somebody? What are you gaining from that?
Right.
You're gaining nothing.
All right. You could read these ones.
Well, I ain't got my glasses on. Niggas is blind.
You need glasses now?
I've been wearing glasses, bro.
Really?
Hell yeah. Waiting for someone else to solve your problems / challenges. I ain't need to tell the description, but we could probably get it from here. Waiting for someone else to solve your problems and challenges. This is a big thing, especially for my gender. Like, well, it's both genders, but it varies.
It varies. Yeah.
Like with some women, they want a man to like solve their physical problems, just like, you know, they need money or bills paid or something like that. But for my gender, the male one, especially a lot of black men, we want a woman to like solve our mental problems. Like, if we're going through like either some sort of depression or mental health issues, or either some childhood trauma, instead of like trying to confront that on our own, or trying to learn about it and heal from it on our own, we try to find a good woman to like, you know, listen to our problems, like give us advice and just make us feel safe. When all you're really doing is you're just like trauma dumping on her, and like you kind of it makes a very unhealthy relationship, bro. Don't wait for someone else to solve your problems. Yes, you may have people you ask for advice from and who can help you, you know, navigate how to maneuver your issues and try to rectify them. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to want to actually get better. It's up to you to want to actually solve your issues. No one's gonna do it for you. It's not no one's obligation to want to solve your mental health issues or whatever. It's up to you to actually do it yourself. Don't wait on nobody. No one's gonna hold your hand. You're not 5. You're not a kid who's crying no more. You're a grown adult.
Like this right here, this was the one that like stuck with me, because that was I'm being real with y'all. This was something that I used to do, like not taking action about how I felt about certain situations, like the trauma dumping, and you know, expecting everybody to understand where I'm coming from and to, you know, understand my point of views without me even saying anything. And to be honest, I feel like this also has to do a lot with like communication skills and like really understanding the fact that, like Ray said, if you have certain things about yourself that from your past that you've never really dealt with, and especially in the relationship field, I feel like you shouldn't be in a relationship unless you have a clear mind of what you want, and a clear mind of like the shit that has gone through the shit that you went through in your past is in your past. The present is your present. don't try to bring your past into present situations or future situations and all that shit, because that's just gonna hurt you in the long run. And I feel like I said, this has a lot to do with, I feel like, not taking action and not like voicing how you feel and voicing your opinions about certain things, or voicing your opinions about what you want. Where either whether it comes to career stuff, school, relationships, whatever, I feel like this has a lot to do with just not taking action and feeling like you have to wait for someone to take that action for you, or wait for someone to solve the problems that you have in your life for you. And that's not a healthy way to live at all.
Closed mouths do not get fed at all.
That's a fact. And the last one.
Oh, pretending that everything is okay. You can read the description.
When you pretend that everything
is... You got the shit in 6-size font. I don't know how you expect me to read this.
when you pretend that everything is alright, actively ignoring your problems and challenges, you subconsciously accept the consequences that will surely result from your inaction. You deceive yourself into thinking that there is no need for change or improvement, and develop a false sense of complacency. You eliminate virtually all possibility for personal growth and development. The nature of problems and challenges is that if they continue unresolved, they only get worse.
So I know we live in a time where like everyone's big hard body and niggas don't have emotion. Everyone's nonchalant. Everyone's got no sort of emotions. If y'all watch the Vampire Diaries, it's basically like everyone cut off their whole emotions. No one got feelings no more. Everyone is just they cut off the humanity. Listen, you are human. It is okay to feel sad. It's okay to be sad for a day. It's okay to be sad for at most 2 days, 3 days, and you kind of, unless like some extreme shit like your death in the family, or some really hard shit like you just lost your job and you about to get kicked out. But if it's some regular shit, quote unquote regular, a day or two at max. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. Let yourself feel emotions. Stop thinking that you being sad is a sign of weakness, or you crying is a sign of weakness. No, let yourself feel emotions. If something's bothering you, then don't try to ignore it, because in a couple months or a couple weeks, she's gonna come back and it's gonna be hit even harder. Mm-hmm. I used to have a problem where in relationships, I wouldn't say what was bothering me, because number one, I didn't feel like it would matter, and number two, I didn't feel like verbalizing it. In my mind, I felt, okay, I can solve it myself. I didn't know how to solve my issues properly by myself back then. So my idea of solving it was, okay, I'm just going to walk and bump some fucking music, knowing damn well I was not doing shit for myself, because after a while the situation would just dissipate and then I'll ignore it. Mm-hmm. And then it'll come back again a couple weeks, and now shorty confused why I'm blacking on her, if it was because she had no clue that she did something beforehand that pissed me off. So you gotta just be okay with feeling your emotions. Stop thinking it's a sign of weakness. No one is weak for having emotions. It makes you even stronger if you're able to be sad for a day and then bounce back the next day and act like you that shit infect you, even though it really did. But still, it makes you look even stronger.
I just thought of a title: how to bounce back from feeling down. There you go. But yeah, a lot of young men, especially young black men, I feel like to wear this mask all the time, where they feel like they can't express their emotions, or they feel like they can't express that or admit that they failed at something, and really think about how they could find a solution to that problem. I feel like in order to even find a solution, you gotta address the problem. Like, you gotta really sit with yourself and really think about like,
nah, that siren is crazy.
It is. Me and the hoodie out my phone.
Real Brooklyn shit.
But you gotta be able to really address how you feel, address your problems. If you're feeling sad, if you want to cry, it is okay. If you want to be sad, it is okay. Express those emotions, express those feelings. If you're feeling a way towards someone, a friend, or like Ray using his example in your relationship, address it. Address the problem. Don't try to mask everything like it's okay, and try to put on, back to the third one, putting on this persona for social media, or
Yeah, please find healthy ways to like cope with your sadness and some shit. Like, don't go out here blacking on people and that makes you feel better, or doing something that harm others to make yourself feel better. That's not the way to go about. Even like just posting shit on social media. Like, I ain't gonna lie, no one cares on social media. No one cares. Like, if you're doing that, you're kind of fishing for attention. If you're posting some sad shit, you're kind of fishing for attention. like, come on now. But there's also a lot of healthy ways to deal with your emotions. There's a lot of healthy ways to deal with a lot of trauma that you're going through. But it's up to you to actually want to do it. It's up to you to learn how to forgive yourself, how to be open to a road of healing. So yeah, I blanked out. Shit.
No, you're good. But yeah, man, like I said, like, just don't try to put on this persona or try to, go to social media for attention or do this, that, and the third, or trying to feel like you have to go harm someone to feel like that's how you have to like release your emotions. Like, just really, you need to be able to really address your emotions, address how you feel, and once you do that, it will be so much easier to find a solution to the problem. So much easier. Yeah, that's really it for the signals.
Oh shit! I didn't realize we went through 5 of them already.
Yeah. This book, the 12 Universal Laws of Success, I would really, if you're into reading, I would suggest you reading this book. But yeah, man, like I said, I feel like all these signals really correlate to someone, again, who is feeling down or is feeling, or has low self-esteem or is feeling their mental health is not up to par. Like, I feel like all of these are something that a lot of people really have to sit with themselves and think about which one resonates with them and really figure out how they're going to fix that, how are they going to find a solution to that. Because again, the storm always passes. That's mad cliche, but it is true.
Nigga said some auntie quote.
It's cliche. It's Caribbean cliche as fuck, but it's very true. And you can overcome anything in this life. Nothing is forever. Nothing is, like Ray said earlier, a lot of this shit out here is not even really real. Like, nothing is really that serious. Nothing's really that serious to be stressing about and overanalyzing and all that stuff. Like, you can be able to come out of your situation, whatever your situation is, a better person, and being able to grow from it and learning from it. It just takes you to really sit down and address how you're feeling and what you need to do to make your life and situation better. Anything you want to say?
Nah, took the words out my mouth. Pause.
All right. Well, thank y'all. Thank you, Ray.
No problem.
For coming, helping me explain these signals, and I'll see y'all.